What is going on, guys? Welcome to my channel, the Dadbod Diaries. I've been wanting to start a vlog for a very long time now. And I've always been trying to find something that spurs me on to go that next step, to do my own page, to show my own journey. And the reason it's called the Dadbod Diaries is, one, I have a dad bod, probably tell. And two, I am a dad. That's why I call it the dad bod. I really wanted to sort myself out in terms of fitness and strength and just in general, growing up and seeing my daughter when I'm older, because I don't want to, in these early stages of my life, being 26, some might say it's old, some might say it's young. I'm still in my 20s, so it's still quite young. So for me, I don't want to get to the ages of 30, 40 and start to see, decline in health, meaning when I get further on, something bad might happen and, it affect then my daughter and the rest of my family. So I thought this will be a good journey for me to prove to myself that I can do it and to prove to others who are out there maybe in the same predicament as me that it can be done. I've always been nervous about doing something like this, even when just posting stuff on my personal Instagram channels, like a picture or anything that I've done is, what will people think? And that's a really tough boundary to come over. It happens to a lot of people. It's always comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to this person, comparing yourself to that person. What will that person think of you when you post this? So that is a boundary that by doing this I want to overcome. So recently, during this crazy lockdown period, I've been trying to do more, trying to become fitter, trying to become stronger. I'm not a runner. I've never run. I might do the odd sprint and that when the gym was open. So I went out running. And I thought, I'm going to run here for a few minutes and I know my capacity. I'm going to slow down. And I was on the street and I was like, I can't slow down on the street, so I push and push. And, I got home, did it. Didn't feel too great, my back was hurting, I didn't do my stretches, and that's just, that was just me not really taking it seriously. It was just a spontaneous thing that I did. So, I sent it on, and I messaged a couple of my friends who were quite close to me, and I said, like, look, lads, I just did this run. Wasn't great, wasn't long, about just over half a mile. Took me, I don't know, 11 minutes. Just over half a mile. And again, I'm comparing to what I've seen, on, what other people do. They can do 5 kilometers in 20 minutes, and I've only done half a mile in, 11 minutes. So there I was comparing myself, but my friends, they supported me, they encouraged me, said good on you, when's the next one? I actually haven't done the next one. Again, it's just a mental barricade that I haven't come across yet. So for me, really, this is a journey to prove to myself that I can do something like this and I can get over that. I've mentioned it so many times, that mental boundary. We recently, I think, lockdown and the way the world has taken its toll. I started the year really well. I had for a year booked in to go to New York. So when I finally booked to go to New York and to save money, it was a great thing with my girlfriend, with her not knowing that she was going to be my fiance by the end of it. So the year started really great. We did that. We went, I proposed, Central Park near the lake, cliche, perfect, and the year started great, and then I got home, and then what's this C word, coronavirus? I was going to the gym, I was being quite active, but not the best, I wasn't strict to myself, food wise, especially snacking. I just wasn't. And then the gym shut, and I was at home then, working from home, which I'm quite grateful for, that I'll be able to work from home. But being at home also means staying in bed for that extra couple of hours rather than getting up at 6 in the morning because you knew you had to go 15 miles to work when you go to the gym in the morning just beforehand. And knowing that the gyms were closed, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't spur myself on to be getting up in the morning doing a home workout. Me doing this now, I feel like I've wasted 2 or 3 months being in lockdown when I could have done this. I know I've wanted to do this, but I just admit that I've just been too lazy, and I feel like there is a starting point for anyone when the time's right. And I feel like the time's right now. Being in lockdown, my weight has gone up. I've got to admit, my fitness levels have dropped. My record use of Just Eat has gone through the roof. As well as that, it's snacking, staying in bed for longer. Like, it's great, I'm getting loads of sleep, but it's not good enough. So hopefully, I can use this time to maybe inspire someone. So hopefully I can inspire people out there who have been struggling. I can admit myself, I have been struggling quite mentally this past few months, as a lot of people have been as well, including my daughter. You can definitely tell during these past few months of not being at school, her mental state, her behaviour has changed for the worse. And I just purely think it's down to, a change of routine, not seeing a friend, learning in a different way. We've done our best to homeschool, but at the end of the day, we're here to love, to care, to provide, to teach life lessons to our children, and it isn't our job to be a teacher. We teach them other things like what's right and what's wrong within life, whatever it is out there. But in terms of curriculum level, it's not on us. I feel like myself, I know quite a few things. I've watched a lot of documentaries, and you can say because you watch a lot of documentaries, you know everything. That's how it goes. I've watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I can answer up to at least 2,000 without using a lifeline. And I want to use this journey to bring happiness back to our life, show a journey that I can go on. Hopefully smash it. Hopefully get something out of it, and just be healthier and better. In the years to come, because like I said, I don't want to be going down the route of where, my daughter's worrying about me, or my girlfriend, fiance is worrying about me. I don't smoke, which is good. Hardly drink. It has to be, I don't know, return to football. I actually don't drink. I just drink on important things, really. Weddings, parties. I don't go to the shop and get a crate of beer, put it in the fridge, and then drink a couple a night. That's not me. I just don't do it. And I don't really like to drink beer when I'm eating as well. Going on to eating, I feel like I relatively am a good cook, quite creative with that. But then it's the snacks. Lottie, she has tons of good snacks. I had when I was a kid. I was craving the other day wagon wheels, bought a pack of wagon wheels, jammy ones as well. So it's things like that I want to overcome, moderate, and start becoming better, mentally, physically, and I just hope you can join me on the journey, and hopefully get inspired that, someday, however you push yourself, you can come across this barrier of just that mental state, and I feel like at the moment for me, it's getting my mental state back up and running, and then bang, smashing it for physical. I want to challenge myself to a few things. I've seen so many fitness challenges that I want to do. Cooking, like I said, I'm a really good cook. Like I'm a good cook. I'm a good cook. My girlfriend says so. Lottie, she says so. I'm quite creative, so hopefully then I can share with you some meals that I'm going to do. I'm a sucker as well when it comes to mental state. I'm a sucker for when I'm so tired and so drained. A lot of people do say, they lose appetite. I don't. I can't be bothered that much. I will go into Just Eat and I'll be like, right, fuck it. Let's get a burger. Let's get a kebab. Let's do this. And then you're like, yeah, great idea. Can't be arsed. But at the end of the day, you do that. You tend to feel like shit afterwards, and you think, what the fuck did that do to me? So I just want to hopefully just change my mindset, change people's mindsets, and go from here and just smash it and become better to me, because this is quite big for me. I've never been a risk taker, and I feel like this is one of the biggest risks I've taken in my life. The only risk I took, recently that was huge, was managing to buy a ring, to hide it in my desk at work for about 2 months, get it from work to home, hide it in my camera bag that I use as hand luggage, through the scanners at the airport, taking it on hand luggage. And, ironically, our suitcases didn't arrive on the flight that we did because we got to our flight late. We did a transfer and I was going to put it in the suitcase. So we got to New York, got to JFK, and our suitcases weren't there, just hand luggage. Luckily, the ring was with me. So I managed to get that in the hotel, keep it in the camera bag until the second to last day, where then I had to put it in my rucksack. We went and hired a bike, we did a cycle around Central Park. I then set it up to propose. This was the picture. And that was the biggest risk I've taken in a very long time. And I think this is another big risk of mine, because I've always been worried. I've always been thinking, what does that person think? What does that person think? But why? Like, why now? Get inspired by others. I've been inspired by so many people who I follow who are also dance, who are also into fitness, who are also big content creators, that I've watched just to, it makes me happy watching it. And I think that's a really good thing to learn, to be inspired, to be educated, to be entertained. They're quite a good pillar of things together. So hopefully I haven't waffled on too much. If you want to keep following me, you want to be inspired, please, like this, comment and subscribe. And I hope to see you on board for the foreseeable future.